first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. DeJuan Smoot with the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Boykin on second down. Shakes off the sag. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Malik Jackson getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Let's go! White 90! White 90! Flex round! Flex round! White 2!
From the shotgun, Boykin. It's caught, Shepard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And they get 14 yards there and a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the first NFL carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And you remember pre-draft, there's a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the life of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year.
They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it then. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And those Giant fans, you know that they love seeing Saquon Barkley wearing their jersey, but it's interesting. He actually grew up a Jets fan.
Yeah, I wonder what his dad was thinking. What would Big Al was thinking on draft night. Had to be so happy for his son. But they grew up watching Jets games. Just sit together, watch it. In fact, Dad has a Jets tattoo.
Yes.
Okay, so that tells you about how much he loves that team. You think Saquon's going to fix that and make it a Giants tattoo?
Yeah, wants to make that a Giants tattoo. That family, though, they fully converted. They're supporting the G-Men. Now it's Boykin. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. It sets them back for second down. Second down, here's Boykin. Looking for his receiver, Sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. Pass, there he goes, left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants making their way out, and at this point you would have to think that all mentions of last year maybe erased from team history, or at least that's what they want. Clearly, Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, the talent on this team too good for another 3-13 finish, right?
And I think that was reflected in their draft in 2018. Because if it was an all-out rebuild, they would have drafted a quarterback at number 2. Instead, they drafted Saquon Barkley. So that signals to me they want to get back to running the football and trying to punish people on offense and take the pressure off of Eli Manning. And on the defensive side of the ball, they obviously have to get better. But believe it or not, you know who can really help them there? Their head coach, Pat Shurmur. Comes from a defensive family, understands how valuable it is, and loves the toughness and the identity that a good defense can provide.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Flex round! Flex round! Hey, check 24.
A handoff to Barkley. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action now. Boykin into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A first down carry for Barkley. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown number 1 of the NFL career for young star Saquon Barkley, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Jags heading out on offense. Last year we said, Charles, one of these years it has to come together for the Jaguars, doesn't it? Well, guess what? It certainly did. They won double-digit games for the first time in 10 seasons, and they picked up 2 more wins in the playoffs before falling in that tough one to New England.
And they decided that on offense, they were going to be a team that knocked you off the ball and ran it. That's why they drafted Leonard Fournette out of LSU, and he gave them some toughness and an identity. Quarterback Blake Bortles, often criticized, but elevated his play in the playoffs, both with his legs and his arm. With the defense, that's where the big transition happened. Yannick Ngakoue coming off the edge. Calais Campbell, maybe the best player on the defensive line in the league last season. But Jalen Ramsey out at corner, he gives them their swagger, he gives them their look, and he gives them great play on the edge.
An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now this time Bortles will throw. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, 5-0, 5-0. Here we go, here we go.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And his throw is incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
380. 380. So right, so right. Lucy, Lucy. 372. Lucy, Lucy, Lucy.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
So right, so right. Hey, 5-0, 5-0.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Green 80. Green 80.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Kerry Wynn in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Green 80. Green 80. You. Move. So right.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And what a return as he brings us all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The pitch goes to Barkley. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Now they'll throw it with Manning. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
now on 3rd and goal. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Rosas to add the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you got to circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also, they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Lee's got it over the middle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And some space here. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Looking back to Leonard Fournette's rookie campaign, over 1,000 yards rushing. And coming into the league, some people saw this kid as an ex-Adrian Peterson. What can we expect from him going forward?
I like the comparison because of the size, the strength, the speed. But I think he catches.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Manning now on 1st down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And got his man complete. Manning to Beckham. A big play there. 47 yards.
I don't know about you, but I haven't met a receiver yet that doesn't like to run post routes.
And Odell Beckham Jr., he loves post routes, doesn't he?
He really does, and I think the reason he's so successful with them, as we just saw there, is the intensity with which he runs the route. I mean, even when you know it's coming and you're covering it well, his intensity seems to win the day for him.
Manning turns and gives this to Gallman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. Into the red zone now. Manning. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Miles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Manning. And this one's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Oh, and now he pulls him over. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Bortles now on 1st down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
76. Here we go.
Play action. Now it's Bortles. There's the first NFL catch for DJ Shark. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Bortles. There he goes inside the 30. Completes it to Lee. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Bortles now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Green 80. Green 80.
On play action, it's Bortles. He's got his man on the crossing route. And it's a fumble. And who's got it? The Giants!
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. So the fumble recovery, and now Manning. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Shotgun now for Manning. And he's going to go down again. Malik Jackson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Zebra, zebra, zebra.
So after the INT, it's Manning. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
Hey, gun, 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 gun. Zebra, zebra, zebra.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's got his man, Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Rosas now to add the PAT. PAT up and good by Rosas. And we are tied at 21. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just as they get ready to go. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
That's right. Hank. Lucy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Connor Barwin. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Green 80. You. Move. 11B. Green is good.
Shotgun now for Bortles. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Lucy. Set. Green 80. Green is set.
Now Bortles. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Set. Green 80. Here we go. Set.
Now Bortles. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Second and 9 now from the 21. On play action. Now Manning. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On third down, Manning. And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Stewart on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that a defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, it's two guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Gallman. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Play action. Manning. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Calais Campbell with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. This will be fielded at the 17, and now running right through it. A good return there, 17 yards, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jaguars getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
To throw is Bortles. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
All right, Brandon, normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
Zebra, zebra, zebra. Set. Blue 80. Shit, shit. Regular, regular, regular. Zebra, zebra. Zebra, zebra.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman. And now it's 2nd down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Zebra, zebra.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They begin with a run by Fournette, and he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Hey, hold it.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He's now thrown 4 interceptions, and I hate to mention this, but he's a guy that has twice thrown 5 in his career in a single game.
Hard to believe, isn't it? And the tough part is, playing in this NFL, you don't normally just back off totally from throwing the football, do you? So potential exists for that 5th one to occur.
Stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll go option to the short side. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Manning. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Calais Campbell in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Again, it's Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. As they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 31 yards there and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey. Move. 154 right here.
Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Olivier Vernon able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And New York set to take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey. Got three. Gun. Zebra.
Manning now on 1st down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Manning over the middle. He's got his tight end Ingram. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. Manning now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Manning. He hits Stewart in the flat. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Zebra.
Now a play fake. Manning, they'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Manning to Beckham. A big play there. 59 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Eli Manning with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. closest now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
380. Lucy.
Now Bortles. Flushed out right. Now he's going to... And this will be caught at the 30. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a Turkey Bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
11B.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. The drive begins with a handoff to Gallman. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Hey, go 56. 27's to Sam. 27's to Sam.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Shepard. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd and short, going with a tight end. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Manning gonna throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Zebra. Regular.
Back to throw. Manning. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. This is Gallman. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. To throw is Manning. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Manning looking to throw it. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Manning to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete. Yeah,
he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. The Giants on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Manning. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hold. Watch right.
One final try now for Bortles. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Giants, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
you.